It is the first day of the week, and you're welcome to Kwara Television News, coming to you live from our studios at Kwara in Ilorin. I am Kamel Sadiq. You're welcome to the news. Also with me tonight. And I am Hannah Adiniji Babalola. Welcome you to News at 8. Do not forget to join us on our Facebook page at Kwara TV and on YouTube. We're on Star Time, channel 113, and on Free TV, channel 502. Also with us from the language desk, we have Yaya and Olajide.
Ekubeloze banwede amfani chechine lokichakoni yala barajibia de gimuza gikwara na chifu akwata ya kubona na mala lozo ni be na sona mikolo jia ya ekale no gbogbo biti e ba tin gbo wa ti tin wo wa eyin ni le se mo mawòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara tó kalẹ̀ sí àpáta Yakuba nílùú Ìlọrin. Olajide Ibrahim ni oníròyìn.
Now to the news. President Governor and Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, has paid a condolence visit to Governor Muhammad Umar Bago over the recent terrorist attacks in some communities under Bogu Emirate in Niger State. The statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor Boloji Ibrahim today said Governor Abdulrazak described the terrorist attacks as unfortunate and heartbreaking, saying their nefarious activities have claimed many lives, destroyed livelihoods, and rendered many homeless. He extended sympathy of the Kwara State government and Nigeria Governors Forum to the government and people of the state, assuring that efforts will continue to be made in collaboration with relevant authorities to address the security challenges across the country. Meanwhile, Governor Bago, in his response, appreciated Governor Abdulrazak for the visit, pointing out that it is a demonstration of togetherness based on the fact that the two states share a border around the Bogu Emirates and both bedeviled by security challenges. The federal government warning against illegal foreign recruitment scheme following the death of two Nigerians in Ukraine have sparked mixed reactions amongst Nigerians. A cross-section of Nigeria who spoke with Kwara TV News in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, charged federal government to live up to its responsibility by providing enabling environment and job opportunities to retain its citizens. Abdul Latif Ahmed found this report, and his report is presented from our studios.
Following the death of two Nigerians, Hamzat Kazim and Umar Steven, in Ukraine's Luhansk region, reportedly fighting on the Russian side in the Russia-Ukraine war, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, expressed concern over deceptive promises of jobs, security roles, or migration that lead victims into war zones with minimal training. He emphasized that such participation violates laws, endanger lives, and offer no protection. Some respondents who spoke with Kwara TV News in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, aligned with federal government alarm that advised Nigerian youths not to take offers that will endanger their lives, stressing that they should rather deploy their youthful strength to the growth and the development of their own nation, Nigeria. Others said that the federal government has no right to tell the citizens not to travel since they failed to provide a safe and good environment for the citizens.
If you're going abroad, you're looking for greener pasture, not to go and fight or to go and die. You cannot fight in your own country, you cannot be in the Nigerian army, so why going there to fight?
I don't believe in greener pasture outside. That has always been my personal opinion. So asking somebody to come that you have a job for them and sending them to war, automatically you are sending them to die. And no matter how bad it is here, I still feel it is better to die at home.
The government is not creating an enabling environment for the citizens. So it's becoming difficult to even feed the family, talk less of maintaining good life. And over there, no matter the humiliation they suffer, they still attest to it that they earn good living.
They urge government to create a secured and enabling environment for Nigerians, especially youth, to avoid going to foreign countries to seek greener pastures. They stressed that tackling insecurity, creating jobs, and supporting entrepreneurship will reduce JAPA syndrome and boost Nigerian economy.
My advice for government is to create an enabling environment for the citizens.
So we also need to appeal to the government to make Nigeria more comfortable for people, and if our currency is equally good at par with what we have in the foreign country, nobody will go there to go and seek for greener pasture.
One should be humble enough to return home. Don't say, what will people say, or they've deported me. No. If you get there and you discover that this wasn't the promised job, return home. Home is still better.
The Oyo State Police Command today foiled a planned bandit attack on Elebe village, Aleni Borough, via Irawo mine in Atisbo local government area of the state, neutralizing 2 suspected members of the group. In a statement by the command's public relations officer Olayinka Ayolade in Ibadan, who said the operation followed credible intelligence from a concerned resident, Ayolade explained that security operatives received information that about 10 armed Fulani men are taking refuge in a farm settlement with Elebe village, allegedly plotting to attack the community under the cover of darkness. The suspects were reportedly armed with 2 AK-47 rifles, single barrel guns, and cut-to-size locally made pistols, while openly discussing their intention to unleash mayhem on the village. The statement explained that policemen, in collaboration with members of the Agbekoya local hunters at Aleni Borough, swiftly mobilized to the identified hideout. The command also appealed to residents to maintain cooperation with security agencies by providing timely and credible intelligence, stressing that community participation remains vital in tackling criminal activities.
And from Osun State, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has cleared Accord Party, All Progressive Congress, APC, and 12 other parties to participate in the 2026 Osun State gubernatorial election. It excludes People Democratic Party, PDP, and Labour Party from the forthcoming poll. Among the 12 parties cleared to participate in the elections are the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Action Alliance, All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Young Progressive Party, YPP, and others. In a statement issued by INEC's Public Affairs Officer Musa Olurode on behalf of Osun State Resident Electoral Commissioner, said the 14 parties successfully complied with the requirements of the Commission within the stipulated time frame. He said following the conclusion of parties' primaries, 14 political parties validly uploaded the names and particulars of their candidate as released by the headquarters of the Commission in Abuja. The Commission further clarified that only 14 political parties listed, having met the constitutional and regulatory requirements within the prescribed period, will participate in the forthcoming Osun State governorship election. The Commission in Osun State, under the leadership of Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Mutiu Agboke, reassures the electorates and all stakeholders of its commitment to transparency, professionalism, and conduct of credible election in accordance with the law and best democratic practices.
Still on politics, scores of women on Monday staged a peaceful rally at the main entrance of the National Assembly, urging lawmakers to fast-track the passage of the Women's Reserved Seat Bill ahead of the 2027 general election. The proposed legislation is among the 44th prioritized constitutional amendment bills currently awaiting final voting by the National Assembly and subsequent approval by the state houses of assembly. If passed, the bill will alter the 1999 Constitution to create reserved seats for women in the National Assembly and state houses of assembly. The measure is designed as a temporary intervention to address the persistently low representation of women in Nigeria's legislative chambers by creating special constituencies to be contested exclusively by women. Addressing the rally, former convener of Nigeria's Civil Society Situation Room, NLB, commended lawmakers for the progress recorded so far, but urged them not to delay its final passage. Obi stressed that timely passage of the bill would allow political parties and prospective female candidate adequate time to prepare for the 2027 elections. Report has it that in the 10th National Assembly, women account for only a small fraction of lawmakers in both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
And from Edo State Governor Andrew Ekpebolo has appointed Andrew Momodu as Commissioner Designate. If cleared by the House of Assembly, Momodu's appointment will raise the number of commissioners in Ekpebolo's Executive Council to 29. A statement issued by Secretary to the State Government, Musa Hilo, described Momodu as a seasoned political administrator, public affairs practitioners with experience in governance, security coordination, and democratic engagement. The statement said Hilo has held key strategic roles within government and political structures over the years. Hilo earlier served as special advisor on security and public order and contested for the House of Representatives seat, but lost. It added, however, that the governor remained committed to assembling a team of competent and visionary leaders to drive the administration's agenda of sustainable growth, inclusive development, and improved service delivery across the state. And from that story, we'll take our first break tonight. News at 8 continues shortly. Do stay with us.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again, a month to submit to the will of Allah, a month to share, a month to care, and most importantly, a month of goodness. Start well and end well with the goodness of peak milk at Sahar and Iftar, and share the nourishing goodness of peak milk with everyone around you. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak, reach for your peak.
Everyone, open your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange this house to give us small wisdom. Shots my teeth fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before I go talk, say our smell no reach. Make not think I'm twice so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Welcome back from that timeout. If you are just joining us, this is Kwara TV News coming to you live from Akwata Yakuba in Ilorin. As Muslims across the globe prepare for the glorious month of Ramadan, the month which Allah has mandated Muslims to fast and encouraged them to increase their spiritual discipline. Suleiman Hassan for Kwara TV News in this report spoke to some Islamic clerics on the significance of the month. His report is presented from our studios.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. During the month, Muslims are mandated to abstain from eating, drinking, and sexual intercourse from dawn to sunset for the sake of Allah.
It is one of the compulsory acts of worship in Islam. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran by saying, "Oh, you who are believed, we have prescribed, we have ordained, we have made compulsory on you the fasting during the month of Ramadan."
We have ordained you to observe fast. The fasting is not new to you. because the ordain has been for those who passed before you.
Islamic scholars who spoke to Kwara TV News noted that the most significant purpose of Ramadan is to increase piety, consciousness of God, and spiritual discipline. They emphasized that Ramadan helps Muslims to reflect on the Quran, engage in night prayers, and show generosity to others to improve their spiritual well-being during and after the month of Ramadan.
In the month of Ramadan, you will be fasting, reciting Quran always, zikri, that is to be remembering Allah and be doing salat for the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The importance of the fasting is what? Is the taqwa. It's fear. Somebody that is fearing, definitely that such person will do the justice.
Observance of prayers, obligatory prayers. You are expected to be observing your prayers before Ramadan, but during this period, for the fact that you are still fasting, the observation of the prayer must also be going on, and it must be done at the appointed time.
They emphasize that fasting goes beyond abstaining from food to total submission of mind and body, urging Muslims to avoid actions that will nullify their fasting. They maintain that Ramadan is a time for reflection, advising Muslims to utilize the opportunity to improve their acts of ibadah.
In all ways, with their eye, your ears, your tongue, your stomach, your hand, then legs. Every of your part, the part of the body, supposed to fast, not to be eaten alone.
The 2026 Ramadan is expected to start on Wednesday, 18th or Thursday, 19th of February, depending on the sightings of the moon and the announcement by the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control on Monday has raised alarm over the increasing spread of Lassa fever among healthcare workers. The Disease Control Agency noted that so far 2 health workers have been killed, while 15 confirmed cases of Lassa fever have been documented among healthcare workers as Nigeria battles another outbreak of the zoonotic disease. In an advisory release on Monday, NCDC expressed its sympathy to the affected health workers. Reports indicated that infection is in several states, including the known high-burden areas such as Ondo, Edo, Bauchi, Taraba, Ebonyi, and Benue, with specific hotspots often identified at the LGA level. Lassa fever, an animal-borne or zoonotic acute viral illness spread by the common African rat, also known as mastomy rat species, is endemic in Nigeria and some other West Africa countries. World Health Organization WHO described Lassa fever as an acute viral hemorrhagic illness caused by the Lassa virus, a member of the arenavirus family of viruses. Humans usually become infected with the Lassa virus through exposure to food or household items contaminated with urine or feces of infected mastomy rats. The disease is endemic in the rodent population parts of West Africa. Lassa fever is known to be endemic in Benin, Ghana, Guinea, Liberia, Mali, Sierra Leone, Togo, and Nigeria, but probably exists in other West African countries as well.
The Bauchi State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has appealed to the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Hajj and Umrah to review the increase this number of Hajj slots allocated to the state for the 2026 pilgrimage. Director of Educational Enlightenment of the board, Malam Ashimu Sadiq, made the appeal in an interview with journalists today in Bauchi. Sadiq explained that the 2,600 slots currently allocated to the state would not be sufficient to accommodate the growing number of intending pilgrims, saying the state successfully utilized all 2,516 slots granted for the 2025 Hajj, demonstrating strong participation and commitment among residents. He noted that more people had indicated interest in performing the 2026 pilgrimage to the Holy Land, hence the need for additional allocation from the Saudi authorities. He, however, disclosed that the board had concluded major welfare and logistical arrangement for intending pilgrims, including medical support and accommodation. Sadiq stressed that visa processing for intended pilgrims was on course, with only immunization remaining before final departure procedures. He urged pilgrims to remain calm and cooperate, assuring them that the board was committed to ensuring their safety, welfare, and a spiritually fulfilling stay in the Holy Land.
And on terrorism, the United States have frozen the assets and properties of 8 Nigerians accused of having links to the Islamic sect Boko Haram and the Islamic State of Iraq. It was contained in a 3,000-page document released by the United States Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Control and made available to journalists on Monday. The document also identified individuals sanctioned for cybercrime-related offenses and other security threats. The document also provided notice of action taken against specially designated nationals whose properties and interests were blocked as part of counter-terrorism efforts. U.S. Office of Foreign Asset Control disclosed that the move formed part of its broader effort to block the property and interest of specially designated nationals and prevent financial dealings with them. Among those listed is Sali Yusuf Adamu, also known as Saliu Yusuf, Boluwole Ademulero, and Olatunde Irewole Shofeso. Also designated was Abu Abdullah Ibn Umar al-Banawi, Ibrahim Ali al-Hassan, and Abu Bakr Ibn Muhammad Ibn Ali al-Manuki, also known as Abu Bilal, was born in 1982 in Minok, Borno State. He was identified as having ties to ISIL. The sanction means that all properties and interests of these individuals within U.S. jurisdiction are blocked, and U.S. persons are generally prohibited from engaging in transactions with them. Nigerian listed under the U.S. Treasury sanction faces asset freeze under Executive Order 13224.
The federal government has filed charges against former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai over allegations of unlawful interception of phone communications belonging to the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu. The case filed at the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja lists the Federal Republic of Nigeria as the complainant, while El-Rufai, aged 65, is named as the defendant. The document was dated February 16, 2026 and signed by counsel to the prosecution from the Department of State Services. The charge document stated that the alleged offense occurred on February 13, 2026 when El-Rufai appeared as a guest on a national TV in Abuja. In the second count, the government accused, in the first count, I beg your pardon, the government accused El-Rufai of admitting during the interview that he and others unlawfully intercepted the phone communications of the NSA an act said to be contrary to Section 12(1) of the Cybercrimes Amendment Act 2024. The second count alleged that El-Rufai stated during the same interview that he knew and related with certain individuals involved in the unlawful interception but failed to report them to relevant security agencies as offense punishable under Section 27 of the Cybercrimes Prohibition Prevention ETC Amendment Act 2024. In the third count, the federal government further accused the former governor and others still at large of using technical equipment or systems to unlawfully intercept Ribadu's communications in a manner said to have compromised public safety and national security. The charge noted that the alleged act instilled insecurity among Nigerians and is punishable under Section 13(2) of the Nigerian Communications Act 2023. You're still with us on Kwara TV News. It is time to go on another timeout. When we return, we have business, sport, and world news for you. Please stay with us.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again, a month to submit to the will of Allah, a month to share, a month to care, and most importantly, a month of goodness. Start well and end well with the goodness of peak milk at Sahar and Iftar, and share the nourishing goodness of peak milk with everyone around you. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
You're welcome back. Kwara residents and traders have lamented severe fluctuation and hike in the price of rice and beans, reducing purchasing power of an average Nigerian. Abdulateef Owolewa was at the popular Ipata market for food updates. His report is presented from our studios.
Prices of food commodities continue to skyrocket in many markets as Ramadan approaches. Some residents and traders who spoke with Kwara TV News decried hiking prices of rice and beans. A trader, Moshurat Muftauddin, disclosed that the price inflation came from farmers. She said a big bag of beans bought at 45,000 naira before is now 90 to 95,000 naira from the farmers. Moshurat added that the hike in the price of beans and rice have led to low patronage. She urged government to assist in the aspect of price regulation.
Àtòkòló tí wọ́n wá, àtòrí 45 tá tí ń rẹwà, àdókò báyìí dé wọ́n sọ di 90-95. Bàbá lè rà ká mọ́ lọ ní ọkà tá à ń rà 25-20, wọ́n sọ di 35-40.
Other traders, Abubakar Umar and Aliu Sokoto, said the price of 50 kg bag of rice sold at 50,000 naira before is now 62,000 naira, while paint rubber sold at 3,500 naira is now 5,500 naira, and 8 cup sold for 1,500 naira is now 2,000 naira. Abubakar stressed that the price of beans has continued to increase from 50,000 naira to 110,000 naira, while the 8 cup is now 1,200 naira. He also lamented low patronage.
Bag rice 62,000. Tele 50,000 go sell it.
Yawa tele 75. Nisi 150. Rice tele 50,000. Nisi 64.
Some buyers who spoke with Kwara TV News urged government to intervene and appeal to traders to shun ungodly hike that stimulates more hardship.
They say because of Ramadan, because they know people will buy it. We don't have choice. People buy. If there is no Ramadan, there is other alternative food we can eat. But because of Ramadan, they know that people make use of beans and guinea corn, everything. So that makes it to cost. Rice, more everything cost.
The National Bureau of Statistics says Nigeria's headline inflation rate has dropped from 15.1% in January, down from the 15.15% recorded in December 2025. The NBS announced the increase in its Consumer Price Index (CPI) on Monday. The January 2026 headline inflation rate showed a decrease of 0.5% compared to the December 2025 headline inflation rate, the NBS said. Reports indicated that on a year-on-year basis, the headline inflation rate was 12.51%, lower than the rate recorded in January 2025, which was 27.61%. This shows decrease in January 2026 compared to the same month in the preceding year. On a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate in January 2026 was minus 2.88%, which was 3.42% lower than the rate recorded in December 2025. 2005, which is 0.5%. This means that in January 2026, the rate of increase is in the average price level was lower than the rate of increase in the average price level in December 2025. The statistics firm also said the food inflation rate for January was 8.89% on a year-on-year basis, adding that it is 20.74 points lower compared to the rate recorded in December 2025, which was 29.63%. The decrease can be attributed to the rate of increase in the average price of water yam, egg, green peas, groundnut, soybeans, palm oil, maize, grain, guinea corn, beans, beef meat, melon, cassava tuber, cowpeas, and the rest.
Now to the world of sports. Nigeria's Falconet and Malawi will battle for a place at the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in May. Moses Aduku's Falconet will host the first leg at a yet-to-be-named venue between May 1 and 3, 2026. Malawi will host the reversed fixture in Blantyre between May 8 and 10, 2026. Nigeria booked a place in the final qualifying round after a 3-1 aggregate win over the Lionesses of Senegal. They won the first leg 1-0 in Abeokuta and claimed a 2-1 win in the second leg. Malawi were in a devastating mood, thrashing Guinea-Bissau 6-2 on aggregate in the third qualifying round. And the winner on aggregate will earn a place at the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Poland will host the competition from September 5 to September 27, 2026.
And from Sudan, a drone strike on a crowded market in central Sudan has killed 28 persons and injured several. The right group who disclosed this on Monday did not specify who was responsible for the attack. Report says several drones struck on Sunday the Al Safia area market outside the North Korodofan town of Sodari. The report added that the attack occurred when the market was bustling with civilians, including women, children, and the elderly.
And that is the news from this end. Over to Kolo Jia Yahya for the news in Nupi language. Hello, Kolo.
Good, Kamil.
Thank you.
Gumna kin kwara na kin da sako mi gumna jide kin Najira ya wuna Malam Habraman Abrazak ku mi sabada da ya gumna Muhammad Umar Bako eti shiri gigas farwa gigasha na beje ejvoya Bako na cikin nan jano nime labari sawo na tiya da wata labari kaci ya gumna na Boloji Ibrahim na gwamna Abrazak ji faruwa ciye kina tanya masu sirrin umaje kwakwayana ga faruwa gigasana ina de gura yije ni dukiya jiya ma dokun zawangi denya mbona be badanci na daga eba gwamnati kin kwara to emopa ya gwamnati do ba gwamnati zawangiji ya kin nanja buciji alikawali emopa ni niji be gwala na ji egato na ajigwa kan eti ezo ne dogba fi shiri etwa de kin abuna na utofe bazana gwamna Bako daji sere ya gwamna Abrazak ti emisanci na de unku kubebi yona na ugana na ugwa ni niji na da kinugu na jide tsoba doje na nugu bogo emirate na chi kin uchanama uga de yi akpe kide shiri de aloye ti shiri etwa na jide a chedana. Gwamnati fiti da nan ya zawange da kin abuna kede a kyaga be etungo daga kin dembo na lamito gamiya na beje sumana ge Nigeria je zakuba jin ya jele kin Ukraine bo na mala zawange da kin yabo hila nufi yaje da tulani na jeje bada zawangiji kin Nigeria shi na ji balabe labari kuci ilori agona yi eduta kin kwara na dewa be gwamnati fite na mutuga shiru de yijin janjan bebe fili na ji motun loshitu na pe kotun de ya zawangi de kin abuna Abdulatif Hamid na ko labari na yakana de wunya kide zuma tutu nya egi Nigeria zaguba Hamzat Kazim to Mba Steven kin Ukraine de la najije zumatu naji lamitu kin Russia de lo ekun na wagube kin Ukraine de ji ajelina to baji ya ekanila da alamari kin de na Yusuf Tugar de la nyambatutula eti tita na de etaza wanji daga kin abu eti etona ke etra de dabo ya jejide etiya kin abulu kin dochi najima aji ekwakulu ekun bambo etun lawuna unje bayani kede bichipe na de ina de gamiji da biyen pupo na mai banan chuko ya rai to etra rai na de dabana dokun za wanjije na je balabe labari kuci nya etun babo ilole abu na yi eduta kin kwara no latula kede na de ajide be egunpo na gwamnati fiti de ebebe ya savangi gangba kede agatiya lokin den da lotun na je alaba na bebe ya raya jinin abaza ke gomaga barufi de kin yaba ala minya de yakuta na alotu na jide ala yeburulo ben ya kin abuna lando cibe na atofe bazana latula kede gwamnati fiti de kafa na wakan zawangi de kin abuna na alo kin de na hebo atobe be na jide goyina ya zawangi ja awabe gwamnati fiti na ga shiri de yakuta na bebe fili na ma etunloshi ya zawangi totochoy ya gbarufu na ala kegan be kindin lo da wa etun na jide de wona abaza lo yekide egwa kan shiri etwa na achedana pipe etunji to zumatu ya shiri gwala wuce yana de ake zawangi na jitin ya kin abun nan lo kindin jina duba doka jikin oyo inana de latula na kide ajigwa kan faruwa gigisa na de wa beje kinya elebe na ci aleni boro ci cicho irawo kin unchon eka gutete nye atibro na eza kuba ni garada nime labari na tiara gota daga ce doka jina online ka anyala ke konya Ibadan ya shade a kushiri e trata sumana ade esawo daga eba zawanjona anya lade jin bayani kede shiri e tra de ta akuta sumana de ade labari esawo ke fulani eza guji de pedu lati ndochi na chichuba ejivoya elebe na ma adan shiro agasa ejunji abike dega shina na fe baza eti alamorin chole na anyala de latula kede ekado kai de ku shiri etrata be egmaji nya etra na jide adan na ma ala shiri etranche de tia nasara magibe egwa kan faruwa giga sanche na de ewa beji ejiya elebe na chichu ale ni boro gwalayan irawo mai ejimuchona eza munchi ta awuya kede ade bidinga AK47 guba gobiayin akpara to bidinga tetengi najima fe baza ji filo kede adagansa ejimchi na bana a peduna nimi wosikancho ta ekadoka eji bayani kede shiri etwa na akutana yibe mopa ya ndacheji na yiga agbe koya nya ejivoya aleni boro na ma anaki begwatri lo bana Fulani unchi de pedu na eka dokaji wabe zawangi jejo na de afeda da sansan labari dojunchi de gwa ya gwala etwaji dans lokecho ebo egwa kan faruwa garadaji na jide ebeje kin abu gba nina bena jama muslimi ji ijo pata de dambo ejishiri ya etwa hazun na yi etwa na etusuko lojetile ya muslimi ji na ji de lafiya to kagbo na afe hazun na tuna aji ibada ya etusuko Suleiman Azan ya Kwara TV auna de deza beman adinizi eti pataki nya azumbu mwawu kede azun yi etwa azun yi etwa gutone nimi etwa nya adini Islam nimi etwa na ta wa be jama muslimi na ake gan be gigi to fifin to eba ke be nyimi aje habike igidega wa haribe igidi be alo ebo etusuko man adini na jibata be labari kuchi na de la tula la baza eti pataki nya etwa azumbo na aju eke oyi etwa ne zela be ibada to jijiji nya adina ajin bayane kede etwa azun yi etwa ne dan tamoko nya jama muslimi na afegba litafi alukurani naki yeshiji aduwa to na atagwa uchiji de ya jijidiga dan gwala nyajo to na abe ijile wangi de ya zawangi etwa azun to aga azun fezona ajin bayani lo yekede azun de gan jiji emiwa nya jiji to fifi amma gaskiya ya be etusuko aya jama musulmi ji gamba na a tegan be dundu na diga ni azun nyaji na aji azun yake onyi lokaci na zalawa tumba su ko amma ya gamba na aji amfani be lokacin na aji ibada ya etusuko na azun nya eyagba tu eshi be gutun yi na yetude dabo aya efo alaruba fe na ifo shi diguba ko efo alamefo na ifo shi dinini nimi etwa de na ifidana zumana aga yamike a etwa de liane dagwata emopanchiko nya adini Islam de kin abune bari mu ile labaran lo so ni kan kina dabo Olajide na ba ibe mi sun yagina Olajide
àkúṣẹ́ kò ló jìyà ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ rèé láti lè ṣe móhùnmáwòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara tí ó tún jẹ́ alága àgbáríjọpọ̀ àwọn gómìnà nílẹ̀ yìí Abdulrahman Abdulrazak ti lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò ìbánikẹ́dùn sí gómìnà Muhammad Umaru Bago ti ìpínlẹ̀ Niger látàrí àkọlù àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí tí ó wáyé ní àwọn agbègbè kan ní ẹkùn Borgu ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan yìí tí akọ̀wé ìròyìn gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Niger gbé síta èyí ní Bologi Ibrahim níbi tí ó ti jẹ́ kí ó di mímọ̀ pé gómìnà Abdulrazak ṣe àpèjúwe àkọlù àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí ọ̀hún bí èyí tí ó burú jáì àti èyí tí ó dùn lọ́kàn tí ó tún sọ wípé ìwà burúkú yìí ti gba ẹ̀mí ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn tí ó ti bà ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ òòjọ́ àwọn ènìyàn jẹ́ tí àwọn mìíràn sì ti di aláìnílé lórí. Gómìnà Abdulrahman wá ránṣẹ́ ìbánikẹ́dùn lórúkọ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara àti ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn gómìnà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí sí gómìnà àti àwọn ènìyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Niger tí ó wá fi dá àwọn ènìyàn lójú wípé akitiyan tí ó mọ́yán lórí ni àwọn yóò ṣe ní ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn aláṣẹ tó bá yẹ láti dojúkọ ìpèníjà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ gómìnà Bago ti fi ẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí gómìnà Abdulrazak fún àbẹ̀wò náà. Ó ní àbẹ̀wò náà ṣe àfihàn ìbáṣepọ̀ tó lóòrìn láàrin ìpínlẹ̀ méjèèjì tí wọ́n jọ ní ẹnu bodè kan náà lágbègbè Borgu. Ìkìlọ̀ kan tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ṣe lórí àwọn ètò ìgbanisíṣẹ́ kò tọ̀nà tí ó ń wáyé ní ilẹ̀ òkèèrè látàrí bí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí méjì kan ṣe gbẹ́mìí ní ilẹ̀ Ukraine ni ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rí àríwísí ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Àwọn tí ó bá ikọ̀ ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní ìlú Ìlọrin rọ ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti ṣe ojúṣe wọn nípa pípèsè àyíká tí ó dúró re àti iṣẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí ó lè dúró ní ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn. Abdulateef Ahmed láti iléeṣẹ́ wa yìí ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wípé látàrí ikú ọmọ Nàìjíríà méjì Hamzat Kozim àti Mba Stephen ní orílẹ̀-èdè Ukraine lágbègbè kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Luhansk, mínísítà fún ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè Yusuf Tugar kọminú lórí àwọn ìlérí ìtànjẹ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́, ipa ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò tàbí lílọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè tí ó mú kí àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀nyí ó máa bọ́ sí àwọn apá ibi tí ogun ti ń wáyé tí wọn kò sì ní ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó péye. Ó tẹ̀gbẹ́lẹ́mọ́ wípé kíkópa nínú irú iṣẹ́ báyìí lòdì sí òfin, ó mú ewu bá ẹ̀mí, kò sì sí ààbò tí ó péye lórí rẹ̀. Àwọn tí ó bá ikọ̀ ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ wa sọ̀rọ̀ nílùú Ìlọrin náà wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú kíkégbàjarè tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ kégbàjarè wípé kí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí yé gba iṣẹ́ tí ó kó wọn sínú ewu, dípò bẹ́ẹ̀ kí wọ́n fi agbára ìgbàwé wọn wá ìdàgbàsókè àti ìmúgbòòrò orílẹ̀-èdè wọn tí ṣe Nàìjíríà. Àwọn mìíràn ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ kò ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti sọ wípé kí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí má ṣe rin ìrìn àjò lọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèrè nígbà tí wọn kò pèsè àyíká tí ó dára fún àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Wọ́n rọ ìjọba láti pèsè àyíká tí ó dúró re, tí ó ní ààbò tí ó péye fún àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè wọn. Iléeṣẹ́ àjọ ọlọ́pàá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti dojú ète àti ṣe àkọlù sí ìlú Ẹlẹ́bẹ̀ Alẹ́nibọ́rọ̀ nítòsí Ìwakùsà Ìràwọ̀ tó wà ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Àtísbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ bolẹ̀, tí wọ́n sì gba gbogbo ohun ìjà lọ́wọ́ àwọn afurasí ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wọ̀nyí. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan láti ọwọ́ alukoro fàjọ ọ̀hún Ọláyínká Àyànládé nílùú Ìbàdàn jẹ́ kó di mọ̀ wípé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà kò ṣẹ̀yìn ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ tí àwọn olùgbé agbègbè náà fi léde. Àyànládé ṣe lálàyé wípé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò gba ìròyìn ìtanilólobó kan wípé àwọn adìhámọ́ra ogun Fúlàní mẹ́wàá kan ni wọ́n ti farasoko sí oko kan láàrin ìlú Ẹlẹ́bẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì ń pète àti ṣe àkọlù sí ìlú ọ̀hún àti agbègbè rẹ̀ nílùú Òkùnkùn. Nígbà tí ó tún sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètí àkọlù tí wọ́n fọ́ yìí, Àyànládé ṣe lálàyé wípé àwọn àjọ ọlọ́pàá náà ṣiṣẹ́ bí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ tí wọ́n sì ṣẹ́gun ètí àkọlù náà lórí ìlú Ẹlẹ́bẹ̀ Lálẹ́nibọ́rọ̀ nítòsí ibi Ìwakùsà Ìràwọ̀. Àwọn afurasí náà ni wọ́n dira ogun pẹ̀lú ìbọn AK-47, ìbọn onípèlékè kan àti ìbọn alábọ́dé tí wọ́n sì ń ṣe ìjíròrò lórí bí wọn yóò ṣe ṣe àkọlù tí ó lágbára sí ìlú ọ̀hún. Àjáde ọ̀hún tó fi léde wípé àwọn ọlọ́pàá àti ẹgbẹ́ Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ọdẹ ìlú ní Alẹ́nibọ́rọ̀ ló tètè tú ibùba àwọn ẹni ibi náà ká. Ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, àjọ tí ó rí sí ètò ìdìbò nílẹ̀ yìí ti jẹ́ kí ó di mọ̀ wípé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Accord, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú olóṣùṣù ọwọ̀ àti ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú méjìlá mìíràn ni yóò lè kópa níbi ètò ìdìbò gómìnà tí yóò wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún nínú ọdún tí a wà yìí. Ó yọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alábùradà àti ti ọlọ́mọkúlùbù kúrò nínú ètò ìdìbò tí ó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí. Lára àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú mìíràn tí wọ́n wẹ̀yẹ́ kànkàn láti kópa nínú ètò ìdìbò ọ̀hún ni ADC, Action Alliance, APGA, NNPP, YPP àti àwọn mìíràn bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Àtẹ̀jáde kan tí òṣìṣẹ́ kan lẹ́ka ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó jẹ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ aráàlú lájọ INEC Musa Olúrọ̀dé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lórúkọ kọmíṣánná tí ó mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ ìdìbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún fi léde wípé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rìnlá ọ̀hún ló ṣe ohun tó yẹ lábẹ́ òfin níwọ̀n àkókò tí ó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe é. Ó tún fi kún wípé lẹ́yìn tí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ti parí ìdìbò kòmẹ́sẹ̀ ó yọ lẹ́gbẹ́ wọn, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú mẹ́rìnlá ló fi orúkọ àti àwọn ohun gbogbo tó yẹ nípa olùdíje wọn ṣọwọ́ sí olú iléeṣẹ́ àjọ INEC nílùú Àbújá. Àjọ INEC ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lábẹ́ àkóso kọmíṣánná tí ó mójútó ètò yìí dókítà Mutiu Agbókè wá fi dá àwọn olùdìbò àti gbogbo alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ lójú wípé òun ní ìfarajìn sí ètò gbangba làṣà ta ìhùwàsí bí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ àti láti ṣe ètò ìdìbò tí kò ní ní ẹ̀jà bákan nínú ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Bí àwọn mùsùlùmí káàkiri àgbáyé ṣe múra sílẹ̀ fún oṣù abiyì mímọ́ ni tí ṣe Ramadan, oṣù tí Ọlọ́run Allah ṣe lọ́ranyàn fún àwọn mùsùlùmí láti gba ààwẹ̀ tí ó sì gbà wọ́n ní ìyànjú láti túbọ̀ pákún ìwà ìkóra-ẹni ní ìjánu nínú ẹ̀mí. Aṣojúkọ̀rọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ wa Suleiman Azam nínú ìròyìn yìí bá àwọn òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam sọ̀rọ̀ lórí pàtàkì ààwẹ̀ Ramadan yìí. Ramadan ní oṣù kẹsàn-án tí kájọ́káṣù nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam. Nínú oṣù yìí ni àwọn mùsùlùmí máa ń yàgò gédégédé kúrò nínú jíjẹ mímu àti ìbálòpọ̀ láti kùtù àì títí di ìgbà tí oòrùn bá wọ̀ nítorí ti Ọlọ́run Allah. Àwọn onímọ̀ ẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam tí ó bá ìkọ̀ròyìn iléeṣẹ́ wa yìí sọ̀rọ̀ wòye pé ìdí pàtàkì tí a fi ń gba ààwẹ̀ Ramadan ni láti pakún iṣẹ́ ìsìn wa, mímọ̀ wípé Ọlọ́run ń bẹ àti ìwà mímọ́ ní ọ̀nà ti ẹ̀mí. Wọ́n tẹ̀gbẹ́lẹ́mọ̀ wípé àkókò Ramadan máa ń jẹ́ kí àwọn mùsùlùmí ó tẹra mọ́ Kùránì kíké, kí wọ́n ṣe àdúrà lóru, kí wọ́n sì ṣàánú fún àwọn ọmọnìkejì wọn, kí wọ́n lè ṣe àmúgbòrò fún iṣẹ́ ìsìn wọn lásìkò àtìlẹ́yìn Ramadan. Wọ́n ní ààwẹ̀ ju kí a máa ṣe tàbí kí a máa mú lọ, kí a máa jẹ tàbí kí a máa mú lọ. Ó jẹ́ àkókò tí a gbọ́dọ̀ jọ̀wọ́ ọkàn àti ara wa. Wọ́n rọ àwọn mùsùlùmí láti yàgò fún gbogbo ìwà tí kò ní jẹ́ kí gbogbo ààwẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbà ṣe ìtẹ́wọ́gbà. Ọjọ́ 18 oṣù kejì tàbí ọjọ́ 21 ní ìrètí wà wípé Ramadan ti ọdún 2026 yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìjọba ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé gbogbo owó àti ohun ìní tí ó jẹ́ ti àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí 8 tí wọ́n fẹ̀sùn kàn wípé wọ́n ní ìbáṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú àjọ Islam, Boko Haram àti ilẹ̀ Iraq. Nínú ìwé olójú ewé 3,000 kan tí ọ́fíìsì tí ó rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ ìkówópamọ́ fún àwọn ará ilẹ̀ òkèèrè èyí tí ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ń ṣe àkóso rẹ̀ ni wọ́n fi léde fáwọn akọ̀ròyìn lónìí yìí. Ìwé ọ̀hún náà tún jẹ́ kí ó di mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọlọ́dọni tí wọ́n tún gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ohun ìní wọn ni àwọn tí wọ́n dẹ́ṣẹ̀ ìwà ìbàjẹ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára àti àwọn ìdúkùkùlájà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò. Lára àwọn tí wọ́n gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ohun ìní wọn ni Saliu Yusuf Adamu tí wọ́n tún pè ní Saliu Yusuf, Babestan Olúwọlé Adémúléró àti Ọlátúndé Ìrèwọlédé Sófẹ́sọ̀. Àwọn mìíràn tún ni Abu Abdullahi Ibn Umar Ibn Banawi, Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan àti Abubakar. Ọdún 1982 ni wọ́n bí Al-Muniku ní ìlú Minok ní ìpínlẹ̀ Borno. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti gbé ìwé ẹ̀sùn síta tako gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna nígbà kan rí Malam Nasir El-Rufai lórí ẹ̀sùn wípé ó ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ tó jẹ́ ti olùbádámọ̀ràn sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò orílẹ̀ yìí Nuhu Ribadu lọ́nà àìtọ́. Ẹjọ́ ọ̀hún tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ nílé ẹjọ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tí ó fi ìkàlẹ̀ sílùú Àbújá ló jẹ́ kí ó di mọ̀ wípé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ló pe ẹjọ́ ọ̀hún tí wọ́n jẹ́ olùpẹ̀jọ́ nígbà tí El-Rufai ẹni ọdún 75 sì jẹ́ olùjẹ́jọ́. Ìwé ọ̀hún ni wọ́n kọ lọ́jọ́ 16 oṣù kejì ọdún yìí tí amòfin lórúkọ olùpẹ̀jọ́ tó wá láti ẹ̀ka àjọ ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ ilẹ̀ yìí fọwọ́ sí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ti kà á nínú ìwé ìpẹ̀jọ́ ọ̀hún, lọ́jọ́ 13 oṣù kejì ọdún yìí ni El-Rufai ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí lásìkò tí ó fi ń jẹ́ àlejò lórí ẹ̀rọ móhùnmáwòrán àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí kan nílùú Àbújá. Nínú ẹ̀sùn àkọ́kọ́ níjọba ti fẹ̀sùn kan El-Rufai pé ó gbà pé òun àti àwọn kan já sínú ọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ tí olùbádámọ̀ràn ilẹ̀ yìí èyí tí ó lòdì sí òfin ilẹ̀ wa. Ẹ̀sùn kejì ni wípé El-Rufai tún sọ nínú ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ wípé òun sì bá àwọn ọlọ́dọ̀ nìkan sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n jọ já sí orí ẹ̀rọ tí ó ń lọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ náà lọ́nà àìtọ́ tí wọn kò sì sọ fún ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò tó yẹ. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí ó ní ìjìyà lábẹ́ òfin ilẹ̀ wa ni èyí. Àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara àti àwọn òǹtajà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọminú lórí bí owó oúnjẹ ṣe ń lọ sókè sódò tí owó tí wọ́n ń ta ìrẹsì àti ẹ̀wà ti wá ga gegege débi wípé àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí kò lè dé ìdí rẹ̀ láti rà. Abdulateef Owólẹ́wà láti iléeṣẹ́ wa yìí lọ sí ọjà Ìpátá láti mọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ ṣe rí. Ó sì mú àbọ̀ wá wípé owó èròjà oúnjẹ gbogbo ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbówó lórí láwọn ọjà wa bí àwẹ̀ Ramadan ṣe wọlé dé yìí. Díẹ̀ nínú àwọn olùgbé àti òǹtajà tí ó bá ikọ̀ ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ wa sọ̀rọ̀ tó kọminú lórí bí owó ìrẹsì àti ẹ̀wà ṣe wá gbẹnu sókè báyìí o. Òǹtajà kan Monsurat Muftaudeen fi léde pé ọ̀wọ́n gógó yìí wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀. Ó ní àpò ẹ̀wà ńlá kan tí àwọn rà ní 1,550 tẹ́lẹ̀ ti di 1,550 báyìí láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀. Monsurat tó fi kún wípé ọ̀wọ́n gógó yìí pàápàá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wà àti ìrẹsì kò jẹ́ kí àwọn òǹrajà ó pọ̀ mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ tàwọn. Ó wá rọ ìjọba láti ṣe ìrànwọ́ lójúnà àti fi òté lé ọ̀rọ̀ owó èròjà oúnjẹ wọ̀nyí. Àwọn òǹtajà mìíràn bíi Abubakar Umar àti Aliu Sokoto sọ wípé owó tí wọ́n ń ta àpò ìrẹsì oní 50 kílò bí 1,50 tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń tà ní 2,62 báyìí, tí ike ọ̀dà kan tí wọ́n ń tà ní 3,500 náírà tẹ́lẹ̀ ti di 5,000 náírà báyìí, tí agolo 8 fún múdù kan tí wọ́n ń tà ní 1,500 tẹ́lẹ̀ ti di 2,500 báyìí. Abubakar tẹ̀pẹ̀lẹ́mọ wípé owó ẹ̀wà ń lé sí láti 1,50 sí 1,100 náírà, tí múdù oní kọ́ọ̀bù 8 jẹ́ 1,200 tàbí 300 náírà. Ó kọminú lórí àìta ọjà báyìí. Àwọn òǹrajà kan tilẹ̀ tún rọ ìjọba láti jọ̀wọ́ jàre dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà kí wọ́n sì dẹ́kun ìwà àìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tí wọ́n fi ń fi owó lé ohun gbogbo yìí, èyí tí ó tún dákún ìṣòro àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí. Níbi tí a rí ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàlẹ́ ìmọ̀rẹ́ Abọ́mire, Kamil àti Anna.
Many thanks, and that is the news for tonight. We thank you for being part of it. From Kolo.
Ya fi da yin sai sun ya kifi labarin goji bayan tsunami Kolo jiya ya Isilai su kwa yeli.
Títí di ọ̀la tí a ó tún mú ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ ìròyìn mi wá fún yín láti lè ṣe móhùnmáwòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara tó kẹlẹ̀ sí àpáta Yakuba nílùú Ìlọrin. Ọlájídé Ibrahim ló ti ròyìn. Ó dàárọ̀ kásùn rè kájíláyà tàlàfíà.
And I am Anna Adeniji Babalola, urging you to stay tuned to your family-friendly station of Kwara TV. Good night.
I remain Kamil Sadiq. Thank you once again, and do